Thank you so much for tuning in to another video on my YouTube channel. Appreciate that. I know what you're thinking. Why are you wearing a yellow beanie? First of all, not yellow, it's gold. Secondly, I wanted to wear a beanie, all right? I don't have any hair. I get a little cold. But today's video I'm super excited about because this is one of my favorite topics to talk about. And also, this is one of my favorite things to do is to cast vision for the future. Now, what I'll say is if you haven't already watched the video I just produced, there's a system that I use. It's called the V3 system: vision, vehicles, and values. If you haven't seen that, go to the other video that I just produced. It's gonna give you an overview and some context to what I'm gonna talk about today. But in today's video, I want to give you clarity on the vision that you have for your life. Have you ever struggled with that, or is it just me? Like, I feel like for me, I love this topic because it's allowed me to get really clear on the direction that I've been going into my life. But sometimes this was the most frustrating part of doing goal setting or trying to figure out where I'm at. I'm like, bro, there's a new app that comes out every single day. And you're asking me to write down a 3-year vision, a 5-year vision, a 10-year vision. I'm like, bro, I don't even know what I'm gonna get at the grocery store in like 3 days. Like, I don't know if I'm the only one, but a lot of times vision can be a very difficult and strenuous thing. So I wanna bring you some clarity in this area of your life. I hope you don't mind. So I'm gonna ask you to write down a few questions. And I'm hoping that this will stir a little bit of thought within you, that this will add value in terms of like giving you some clarity as to how to do it. But write down a few of these questions. The first one, which is the guiding principle of vision. And that question is, where are you going? A few follow-up questions to that. And this is one of the questions that I ask myself the most is, what specifically do you want? There's a scripture in the Bible that talks about ask and ye shall receive, seek and ye shall find, knock and the door will be open to you. But if you ask not, you have not. So you need to start asking intelligently about what you want in your life. And so a lot of people are like, man, I don't know my vision. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know this. I don't know that. And a lot of times they don't have purpose and they don't have energy and they don't have drive. And a lot of times when you don't have a specific vision, you don't feel like you have a purpose in your life. What better of an exercise to be like, what do I really want? It is such a good question. I try to ask myself this question quarterly, if not monthly. Like, I look down at these different goals that I've written and what I want to have, and then I go back, I'm like, is this actually what I really, really want? Sometimes I've written down goals and I've actually achieved the goals. And it brought me to a place where I was like, dude, I don't even really want this. And so let me ask you this question, like, what do you really want in your life? If failure was not an option, let's just think about it that way. Because a lot of times you'll write down your dreams and you'll start dreaming big, right? And then the moment you start dreaming big, what happens? You're like, can't do that. I'm not good enough to do that. I can't communicate good enough. I don't have enough hair. Kidding, it's a bald joke. Or I don't know, I'm not successful enough, or I don't have the right connections, I don't have this or that. What if you just wrote down something that was a dream of yours and you didn't immediately say all the reasons why you couldn't achieve it? Like, what would you really want if failure were not an option and you could just get it done? What specifically would you want? Not only knowing that, but the Bible talks about in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2, to write the vision down and make it plain. So one of the key nuggets I have for you when it comes to vision is you need to write down what you want. But then there's step 2 of this process. So the first question is, like, what is the outcome? What is the result that I want? But then the second one would be, why do you want that? Either we write down something that we think that we want because we think that other people will think we're either successful or that we're good enough or etc. But you don't even have a real reason why you want that. You have no purpose behind it. The moment that you write down a vision, this has happened in so many different places in my life, including YouTube. The moment that I write down, I want to do YouTube, there's 1,000,001 reasons why either it's not gonna work, it's too expensive, I don't have the time, I don't have this, I don't have that. And if you don't have a strong enough reason why, like, what is your why when it comes to your vision? Because if you don't attach something to that is going to push you through the hard times, it's going to pull you through the times where you wanna quit or you wanna give up. And you write down this beautiful vision, and maybe you've had 3 or 4 things or 3 or 4 goals that you've written down. Maybe you wanna lose weight, but then you get frustrated because you're like, man, I'm not able to lose weight, like I'm not actually doing it. Well, maybe it was because, one, you didn't get specific enough. So it's like, I just want to lose weight, which is an ambiguous number. But what if you wrote down like this? What if you wrote down something specific and you said, I want to lose 10 pounds by this date. And why do I want to do that? And then underneath that, you started to write down all the reasons why. I want to feel good again. I want to have energy. I want to feel sexy when I go to the beach. I want to be able to wear that two-piece bikini that I threw in the back of my closet. So you need to get super specific. What do you really want? And then you need a really strong driving why and a driving force as to why you want to get that done. So when it gets hard, you keep moving forward. But then the third one is you need to take massive, relentless, consistent action in order to make that vision become a reality. I want to end with this story because I feel like I've always been a dreamer, like my whole life. I've always been a dreamer. I've always been trying to do incredible things with my life. I always felt called. I always felt like there was a purpose for my life and I was trying to seek out what it was. And I remember many years ago, I was trying to start a YouTube channel. And I remember I invested about $3,000 into some equipment and I borrowed the money from my mom. I didn't have it at the time. And I knew specifically what I wanted. I wanted to do YouTube. Like I wanted to produce a channel. I wanted to be able to do exactly what I'm doing right now and influence people for good and just add value to their lives and inspire them. I think the greatest gift that you can give somebody is to inspire them. So I had a clear result or outcome that I wanted. I wanted to start doing YouTube. And I knew why I wanted to do it. I knew I wanted to inspire people. I knew I wanted to help people and educate people. And many times in my life, I've had either anxiety or social anxiety or some different things with depression and things were going on in my family. And I always knew that I could go to a few different people on YouTube to inspire me to get out of bed. So I had a why, and then I had a massive action plan. I started to write this business plan and get all the materials and all the equipment. And then I remember one day, I was in the process, I was about to start creating content. I had all my YouTube equipment in my car and I was going to, basically to a speaking engagement. I was raising money for some schools in Guatemala. And I was going there and I was gonna bring my equipment and hopefully record it. And I remember I left my wallet inside. So I'm like, dang, I gotta go. I parked my car in front of my house. It was still running, the keys were inside of it. And I ran upstairs and I went to go grab my wallet. And then as I'm upstairs getting my wallet, I heard my car moving. I heard my car moving. I'm like, why is my car moving right now? And then I looked out my window, then I saw my car, somebody hopped in my car, stole my car, started driving down the street, screeching. It was a stick, by the way. Literally the guy didn't know how to drive stick. So all I saw was like this guy's like ruining my clutch, stole my thing, and then in the back of my mind, I remembered. I was like, oh my gosh, my YouTube equipment was in there. And then in the back of my mind, I was like, my camera was in there. I don't have my car. He literally stole all of my equipment. And later on, called the cops and all that stuff, obviously. And then they said that they found my car, but all of my YouTube equipment was stolen. And it was so difficult for me because I had a clear vision. I knew why I was doing it, and then I took massive action to do it, but then something was taken away from me. And I remember for so long, it was so hard for me to want to get back into the vision, like I was discouraged. And maybe you're in the same place today, where you're listening to this video and maybe you've written down goals in the past. Maybe you've had a vision for your life, and then somewhere along the road, you had a disappointment, you had a failure, you had something that has been keeping you away from writing down a new vision for your life. And I just tell you today, the Bible says that where there is no vision, the people perish. And the point of this video today is to get you to the place to inspire you. You need to write down a vision again. I don't know what happened with you. I don't know if something was taken away from you. I don't know if you felt like you've been a failure. But can I just tell you, in this moment, something new is gonna start. It's gonna be a new beginning for you. God's gonna make a way for you in the wasteland. There's gonna be things that are gonna be able to shift for you. Can I just encourage you? You need to write down the vision again. I don't know how long it's been. I don't know the last time you felt like you can dream again. I don't know if it's because you have kids or if because you have a family now and you feel like you can't do this anymore, or maybe your time has passed, or maybe you're too old or you're too young. Can I just say, you need to write the vision down. You need to write the vision, you need to make it plain, you need to put a purpose attached to it, and then can I just encourage you? You need to take massive, consistent action in order to make that happen. All right, y'all, this is the best part. Now it's time for you to take some action. So what I'm gonna ask you to do is, I want you to choose one area of your life that you are not happy with. I don't know what it is for you. What I will say is there's gotta be at least one area in your life that you are not 100% happy. And for some of you, you're like, Mike, I'm like the best. No, just like one area. If you could make one up, what is one area that you're not the happiest in? I want you to choose that area, and what I want you to do is write a new vision for what you want in that area of your life. Now, I do not want a massive paragraph. I don't want 16 things listed. Something short, concise, and something that will juice you and drive you to want to do this again. So you can choose an area like your health, you could do work, you could do your relationships, your friendships, your family, whatever the area is that you need a new vision for, I want you to write that down. Then the next step, I want you to write why you want that vision and why it's so important to you. Like, why do you absolutely must make that vision become a reality in order for you to live a better life? And then what I'm asking you to do, this is the most important piece, I need you to write down your massive action plan. This is the most important piece. You hear this all over the place. It's like this law of attraction type culture. Well, can I just tell you, if you put a little picture on the wall and you have a vision and you don't take any action to it, I don't care how much you believe in law of attraction, you ain't attracted nothing. You know what attracts a vision is massive action. So I'm gonna ask you to do that and write it down, make it plain, and then start taking action and make your dreams become a reality. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in to today's video. I hope you get a new vision for your life. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time.